Hey guys, in this video I am going to show you how you can edit videos using Adobe Premiere Pro. This is for beginners who want to learn how to edit. No prior video editing knowledge is required. Or if you may be already familiar with editing but want to switch to Premiere Pro, I will take you from the very beginning of Premiere Pro CC and teach you the various panel windows to editing clips, performing audio work, creating sequence presets, titles, video effects, animations, exporting and much more. So without any further ado, let's get started. First you will open the screen. You will see the interface like this. I am using the Adobe Premiere Pro 2019. If you are using an older or new version, it does not matter because Adobe Premiere Pro adds small new features. So here it is, Adobe Premiere Pro. The first thing you will always see is the start screen, and here you can start new project or open project. So let's start a new project. First thing is name. This is the project name. Enter the name and then you can choose the location where you want to save the project, and by default it always saved in document folder, or locate the folder where you believe that the project should be saved and select the folder. And now you can see the location is set to my E partition. For a moderate, you don't need to pay attention on these settings and hit OK. And here is the Premiere Pro workplace. This is how Premiere Pro is designed. It has different windows. If you click on the window, you can see the blue light appearing, which means that window is selected. So we have a program manager where your video screen will appear. We have a timeline where we will edit our videos, and we have a project window where we will import our videos or pictures from our computer, and we have a different tab over here. We have a media browser, libraries, or you can even right click on these two arrows which will reveal some more tabs. We can also resize the window size according to our needs. You can also close any window or tab. Let's say here we don't use media browser. Right click on it and click close panel. Having this functionality allows you to arrange the workplace that suits your needs. Or if you accidentally close any panel, you can bring back heading over to the top, and in Windows you will see all the panels and windows. And we have closed the media browser. Just click on that and that will reopen in the window. Or if you have moved lot of panel like this, you can always reset it to default. Just head over the menu and click on Windows. Head over to the workplace and click reset to saved layout. That will reset everything to default. At the top we have workplace panel. Currently the editing tab is selected. If we click on color, that will change the setup for color correction. Also we have a effects tab. If you are going to apply an effect, click on that. That will change the setup. That is more user friendly for that process. In this video, I will show you all the basic editing. So let's import the videos that we have in our computer. Here are multiple ways to import a video in project windows. You can double click on this panel or click on File and then Import. That will open the same window, or you can drag and drop the footage into the panel. You can organize your videos and pictures into a folder. Just click here on New Bin. That will create a new folder. For example, videos. In that folder, I can drag the video like this. It can be easier to find your stuff. You can also change it to list view or icon view. When you are in a list view, you can see more details. You can scroll it to right side to see more information like how long the video clip. And you can also find the resolution of the video. To view any clip, just double click on that video. That will open into a source window. To play a video, just hit the spacebar button just like any player. Here you can see drop media to create sequence. And here is very convenient way to create that sequence. You can just drag and drop the video to timeline, and that will automatically create a sequence. Now the sequence has the same name as the video. This sequence has the same setting as per video. What if you want to create a new sequence with a different setting? For example, if you have recorded a 4K resolution video and want to add it in a small resolution, click here on New Item button and click on Sequence. And from here, you can choose presets which are already set by Adobe Premiere Pro. Or in the settings, you can choose the custom sequence. You can choose the frame rate and the resolution. Enter the sequence name, and after that press OK. So double click on the video will open a video in a source window. Here we have a play button, so it's like a media player. But here is also some different options, like here you can see 1:2, that is playback resolution. From here you can choose full, half, quarter or 1:8. This is the playback quality. Of course at full it will display the entire resolution. And sometimes it's not an easy task for your computer to handle that. If you are noticing shaky playback, you can change it to half or quarter. So here is the video length. Now we will bring our video to timeline. You can drag the video to the timeline and it will show in the program window. To delete it, just select the video and press delete button. Now if you don't want the entire video but only a part of the video, if I want this start point of my video, click on mark in button. You can see it's created a selection of that clip. And right here, I want to stop the selection and click on mark out button. Now if I drag the video to the timeline, it will take only that specific selection. Now let's play that clip. You will see now that we have dragged in only that specific selection into the timeline. If you want to zoom in the timeline, here you can see the scroll bar. From here, you can zoom in or zoom out. Here is two tracks horizontal, and the top one is the video track. All the V1, V2 and V3 are video tracks. And A1, A2 and A3 are the audio track. So the clip has audio and video. What if you want only video, not the audio? Here I make another selection. And here is the drag video only button. Just drag that icon to the timeline. Now you can see we have dragged in only the video clip. And the same thing can be done with drag audio only icon. And now of course we can rearrange these clips on the timeline. we can work on different tracks or layers. If we move this clip under that, and now if we play the video, we can only see the top track video. If you want to see below clip, you have to make a room for below clip. Now if you want to delete it unwanted footage from the clip, here is two ways to cut the clip. First thing, you can easily done by dragging outside to the playhead, like so. Now I am going to play that video. You can also make your clip longer by dragging outside. You can always make your clip longer or shorter by dragging outside or inside. Now let's talk about Toolbox. Toolbox contains multiple tools and these tools can be used on your clips inside the timeline. The first tool we are going to look at is the Eraser Blade tool, and the Eraser tool can be found right here. The shortcut for this is C. Remember this shortcut so you can edit much faster. Now let's cut at the half right here, and this separated it into two parts. These two parts have separate in and out point. Now let me take selection tool. If you want to delete it, simply click on it and press the delete button. Press Ctrl plus Z to undo it. With selection tool, you can move this clip or select any clip. If I select the Eraser Blade tool again, it will cut the track 1 or track 2. But if I press and hold the shift button, it will convert into a super Eraser Blade tool. That allows you to cut all the clips on that position at once. Let's assume if you have made wrong cut, you can press Ctrl plus Z to undo it. To select selection tool, you can press V button on the keyboard. The next tool we are going to look at is Drag Select Forward tool. Click on that and you will see your cursor change into two arrows, and that will allow you to drag anything from that point. You can move anything with one click. Now let's add some more clips for better understanding. Just filling the timeline. Just one more perhaps. Alright, make some more cuts so you can better understand what's going on. Let's go back at Drag Select Forward tool. Now from this point, every clip will be selected. Now I can drag all these clips at once to the right. If you want to drag only one track, you can press and hold Shift key. Now two arrows will convert into one arrow. Now you can move the entire track. So this tool is very convenient to move multiple clips at once. So into this tool in your toolbox, you can see a little arrow here. That means here are some more tools. You can bring those up by holding down your mouse click. We have selected the Drag Select Forward tool, but here is also Drag Select Backward tool. This works exactly the same but backward. Next we have Ripple Edit tool. A Ripple Edit trims a clip and shifts subsequent clips in the track by the amount you trim. A rolling edit rolls the cut point between two clips, shortening one and lengthening the other one by the same amount of frames, thereby retaining the overall length of the project. Next we have a rate stretch tool. You can change the speed and duration for one or more clips at the same time. Select the rate stretch tool and drag either edge of a clip in a timeline panel. When you stretch and make it longer, it will play in slow motion. And when you make it shorter, it will play faster. Or go back to selection tool and right click on it and select speed/duration. This will open the window right here and where you can set the percentage of speed 100% to normal speed. Next we have pen tool. We will talk about it later. And next we have a hand tool. With hand tool, you can just move your timeline and with type tool, of course you can type text on the video. We will talk more on these tools later. Now talk about how we can apply effects on our videos. If you want to zoom some part of the video or want to change the position of the video, head over to the effects control and here it says no clip selected. That means we have to select the clip, of course, in order to use this panel. Let's select a clip and now you can see some properties in the effect control panel. And you can find two categories here, video effects and audio effects. Let's start with the motion. You can expand that. Here you can find some basic properties of that clip, such as position. You can change the position by changing the values by click and dragging the right side or left side. To change it to reset, here is the reset button. Now we have reset those values. Here we have scaling. You can zoom in or zoom out. Here we also have rotation. You can rotate the clip. Next we have anchor point. Click on it and then select motion. Now you can adjust it according to your need. You can reset everything with one click if you click on reset button in front of motion, like that. Next we have opacity. Here we can increase the opacity or decrease the opacity. Here we also apply some more effects. Those effects can be found in effect library right here. If I want to blur some area, type in here blur. Let's scroll down and find the Gaussian blur. This is used very often. Drag this to the clip like so. And in effect control, here we have Gaussian blur properties. Here we can increase the blurriness like this and that will blur the image. Can you apply only one effect on the video? Of course not. Let's go back to the effect library. Next thing we are going to search for is roughen edges. And drag that effect on the clip like so. And let's go back to effect control and let's change the few values. For example, increase the border like that. Here are many settings you can play with. Let's increase the scale little bit more. Now one thing is important. I want to tell you here we have Gaussian blur and roughen edges. Let me just drag the Gaussian blur below the roughen edges. If we change the order, here you can see it has applied on the roughen edges too. You can see the difference here. Now did you notice one thing? That the yellow top line has converted into a red line. If you will play the video, it will not play smooth. It's because you have applied multiple effects on it. Whenever you see the top red line, you can always re-render the video clip inside the timeline to give smooth playback. Just press the enter button on your keyboard and that's it. Now you can see the line has become green. It means the Premiere Pro can play the video in real time. Now talk about how you can apply transitions between two clips. You can find the transitions in Effects. Here we have Video Transitions folder. Most often used transition is Cross Dissolve. If you notice, here is small blue circle over it because it is set as default. This time we don't drag into the clip but in between two clips. You can apply it through shortcut. Simply select the cut between two clips and then press Ctrl+D. That will apply over two clips. You can adjust the time of the transition. Just click on it and drag it to make it longer. For fast transition, make it shorter. You can also select another transition as default. Right click on the transition and click Set Selected as Default Transition. Now you can see that transition get blue box. And that's it for transitions. Now talk about text and graphics using the Essential Graphic panel. That was introduced in the 2017. If you have the latest version, you will also have this new panel. Let's locate the panel. Go to Menu and Windows. Here we have Essential Graphics. When you will click on that, new panel will appear on the right side. Here are some templates which we can use for text. If you don't want to use template, head over to the top and click on Edit. In Edit tab, we can create or remove text and edit the text. First, we have to create a text layer. Here are two ways. First up is you can click on the new layer button here. And the same button we can find on our project window panel to create a new item. When you click on it, you can choose from text, vertical text, rectangle, ellipse or from file. The second way to create new text is using toolbox. Here is Type tool. Just select it and head over to the video and click on it. And start typing. Let's say my first video. Let's select the selection tool and make it bigger. You can drag it to any position. At the right side, you can see the bunch of options. These settings can be changed from the right side on the panel. You can also align it to the center if it's horizontal or vertical. Here are some more settings, like you can change the opacity or change the font style, which you may be familiar right now. From here you can change the color or stroke like this. So here are different settings with which you can play around. Now if we go to Effects Control, and here we have a text layer. From there you can see the same settings as in the Essential Graphics. But most of the time, Essential Graphics panel is more convenient. In the pen tool here, we have a rectangle tool. Start drawing a rectangle like this. Now you can adjust it according to your needs. Now let's create some animation inside the Premiere Pro. I am going to drag image on my timeline. Select this picture and head over to the effects control. I am going to open motion properties right here and scale this picture a little bit bigger. From here we can change this position to right side like this. Now I want to make an animation to start it from here and move it to left to right. Like this. Here we have clip timeline. We have edit timeline, which is right here. If it's not showing, you can show or hide timeline from this icon. Now understand it carefully. When we are going to animate something, it means it will go from point A to point B. And that takes some time. For example, 1 second. So at our timeline, we will set point A our starting point. On that position, we will save the value of current position. To do that, enable toggle animation. When you will enable it, that will automatically create keyframe right here. As you can see, a little dot. If you want, you can simply delete it or add it where you want. Now let's move little bit forward. Like this. Now we are going to change that position. Let's change the value from here to the right side. Now you can see Premiere Pro automatically create a second keyframe as Premiere Pro saw the change in the value. So we have the point A, the beginning position, and the point B, the ending position. 2 points with a different value. Let's see what happens when we play the clip. You can also add 2 or 3 animations at a time. Here enable the scale toggle animation and go to first point and change the scale value to small. Move forward to point B and change the scale to little big. Now we have double animation. Let's play it. Look at this. Changing its position but also becoming the larger at scale. If you want to delete the animation, you can reset it from here. Now it looks the animation is going too slow and you want to make it faster. Then what you have to do? Just bring the point A and the point B brings closer to each other. Now let's do that. Grab the keyframe and move it to closer to each other. And play right now. Now it's go much faster. Now I am going to delete keyframe. and create new keyframe. Starting point and end point. And now, if I want to stop this picture here for a few seconds, at this point, we will add a new keyframe with the same values. Now let's move forward and add new keyframe with changing values. Now you can see it will play like this. If you change the position of this keyframe and move it to little longer, now you will see the pause little longer. You can add the animations to picture or videos. All the process is same. You can also apply the animation on the effect. Let's head over to the effects and search blur. Add the Gaussian blur. Now in effect control, here is Gaussian blur. Here you can find the same stopwatch icon in front of blurriness. That means we can apply the animation on this. Now make a starting point and add some blurriness. Let's make a keyframe. Move forward the picture and change the blurriness value to 0, which is no blur at all. Now you will see this picture will go from blur to normal. That's a great way to reveal the text also. You can also apply the same animations on the text box. Now we will see how to change the speed of clip, slow motion to fast motion, and also look on speed ramping. To change the speed, right click on the clip and then click on speed/duration. Now we change the speed to 50%, which means exactly half of the speed. Press OK. Now you can see the slow motion. Let's go back to speed duration and set the speed to 20%. It will change it to super slow motion. Now if we go back and change the time interpolation to optical flow, press OK. Now you can see the red line at the top. Press enter to render the clip into the timeline. Play it again. Now it seems everything is going super smooth. That is pretty cool. Now go back and change the speed to normal. And time interpolation to frame sampling. You can also reverse the speed. Check the box and press OK. Now the clip will play reverse. You can make real funny things with that. For fast motion, simply increase the speed to higher than 100%. For example, 200%. Deselect the reverse speed, hit OK. Now everything will go much faster. Alright. That is very simple way to add slow motion and fast motion. But what if you want to change the speed at different time? That technique is also called speed ramping. For example, the first and last section are at normal speed, while the middle section is either speed up or slowed down. The problem with this method is that the speed change is instant and can be a little jarring. Time remapping, on the other hand, allows you to vary the speed of your clips with the use of keyframes. This gives you more control over how the speed changes from normal to slow or fast. First, increase the height of the video track where your clip is. The easiest way to do this is by placing your mouse pointer on a track and scrolling on your mouse. Doing this will help you adjust clip keyframes a lot more easily. Next, select your clip on the timeline and right-click and choose Show Clip Keyframes, Time Remapping and Speed. Or simply place your mouse pointer on top of the clip's FX patch and right-click and then choose Time Remapping Speed. Position the playhead to where you want the speed change to start and create a keyframe. Adding keyframes can be done by using the pen tool. This time, create a keyframe where you want the speed change to end. Select the white rubber band in the middle of the keyframes and drag it to down. This will decrease the playback speed of that portion. By adding a speed transition, we can make the shot even better. Drag the right side to separate it. You will notice that the white line now ramps down, which makes the speed transition smoother. This is what I have so far. The clip starts at a normal speed, slows down in the middle, and then goes back to normal speed. This is the initial result of my time remapping. You could stop here, but let's take you to another level. You should now have something like this. This is the result of our speed ramp. There are multiple ways to adjust audio levels in Premiere Pro. Gain refers to the input level and volume refers to the output level. I just play the video and pay the attention to audio meter. You can see all time the sound not come higher than -12. This is the value. 0 is maximum. Don't go over 0. We can increase the volume. Here are two ways. Throw volume and throw gain. Click on the clip in the timeline whose volume you want to increase. Click Effect Controls. The Effect Controls panel opens. Double-click the level field in the Effect Control panel. From here you can increase the volume or expand the track. Here you can see the white line. Drag it up to increase the volume. Press Ctrl plus Z to undo it. Here we also have a gain option. In the timeline, select a clip and go to Audio Gain. The Audio Gain dialog will open. It displays the clip's peak amplitude at the bottom of the window and has 4 options. Set gain to. The gain cannot be set to a specific value. The value is always updated to the current gain. Adjust gain by. It means the gain can be adjusted by plus or minus a specific decibel value. Normalize max peak to. This is important. It raises the max peak of the clip to the value set. For example, if the peak is -3 decibel and it is normalized to -1, the gain would be adjusted by -2. If multiple clips are selected, the clip with the max peak will be adjusted to the set value and all the other clips will be adjusted by the same amount, preserving their relative gain difference. Now pay attention to down below at the volume spikes. Hit OK. Did you see that? If you have big spikes, that means volume is low, and low spikes means low volume. You can add second audio track as a background music. Now the volume is much higher. Now what we have to do? Lower the volume. You can add the keyframes with the pen tool from where you want to lower the volume. Add keyframe here and then here. Now drag it to down. Now if you want to increase the volume again from here, add the keyframe again and drag it to higher, and that's it. Now we have finished editing process. Adobe Premiere Pro has quite literally all of the formatting settings you could need to export your film. Select File, Export Media. You can also bring up the exporter by pressing Ctrl+M on your keyboard. On the right side of the Media Exporter panel, you will see all the settings available to you. For an H.264 export, locate the Format drop-down and select the relevant option. Directly below the Format drop-down, you will see a preset drop-down, which contains all possible platform-specific export options. 1080p is the standard HD setting for most platforms, so it is likely you will choose this alongside. Premiere Pro has all the presets for social media platforms, so you don't have to worry about remembering all of the settings. Choose H.264 as your format and select the required preset. This will give you the best setting for your destination. This will give you the best settings in an MP4 format with the high quality and small file size. Once you have selected your format and preset, you need to make sure you set the export destination and name. If you don't, you might not be able to find the finished film once it has exported. Click on the output name and set your movie title and saving location. Here select the Use Maximum Render Quality to get the much better result. Then click on the Export button at the bottom of the Media Exporter to begin the process. Just wait to complete the process. So with this software, you can learn professional video editing. So that's all for now. If you guys enjoyed this, hit the like button. Comment down below if you have any question. Subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos.